Hi everyone, welcome to this video tutorial on how to create a Blazor Web Assembly application and add the AppBar component to it. Using the Blazor AppBar component, you can display information and actions. You can also use it for branding, adding screen titles, and navigation relating to the current screen. I will show you a few of the component's basic features like changing its color, size, position, and design. Let me start with the application creation process. A Blazor application can be created using Visual Studio 2019 or 2022, Visual Studio Code, or JetBrains Writer. Here, I'll show you how to create a Blazor Web Assembly application using Visual Studio 2022. Make sure that you have installed one of these .NET SDKs supported by your VS version in your machine. I open Visual Studio 2022 and choose Create a New Project from the dashboard. Choose the Blazor Web Assembly app and click Next. Name the project and click Next. Then, I select .NET 6.0 as the target framework and click Create. A project is created and ready to use. Now, I will show you the step-by-step process for adding the AppBar component to this project. First, the Syncfusion Blazor Navigations package needs to be installed. Open the NuGet Package Manager. Search for the Syncfusion Blazor Navigations package and install it in your application. Click OK to install. After installation, you will see the package added to this application. Navigate to the imports.razor page and import the Syncfusion Blazor Navigations namespace. Next, Syncfusion Blazor services should be registered. In the program.cs file, import the Syncfusion Blazor namespace and register the Syncfusion Blazor service using the Add Syncfusion Blazor method. From the 2022 Volume 1 release, the Ignore Script Isolation option is enabled by default. Next, register the license with a valid key, using the Register License method, to avoid the license validation message. I'm using the trial key here. To know how to generate this trial key, refer to the link shared in the description below or the card above. To add themes to this application, open the NuGet Package Manager, search for Syncfusion Blazor Themes package, and install it. Click OK to install. After installation, you will see the package added. Navigate to the index.cshtml page within the root folder and add the Syncfusion Bootstrap 5 CSS reference from the installed package. By default, the Ignore Script Isolation option is enabled, so I add the script reference manually to improve the application's loading performance. If you want to know more about the Blazor Web Assembly app and how to add Syncfusion components to it, check out the video linked in the card above and in the description below. The configuration is done, so let me move on to the next step of adding the Blazor AppBar component to the index.razor page. I add the SF-appbar component tag. Open the main layout.razor page, where I comment out the navigation bar since I have added the Syncfusion AppBar. Let me run this application to see the basic layout of the AppBar. Here you can find the AppBar at the top of this page with empty content. Now, let me show you how to design the AppBar with button and other controls. This is the design I've chosen for the AppBar. First, I'm going to include the menu button. To use the Syncfusion Blazor button, I open the NuGet Package Manager and search for the Syncfusion Blazor buttons package and install it. Click OK to install. Here, you will see the package added to this application. In the index.razor page, use the Syncfusion Blazor buttons package. Then I add the SF button tag and add the CSS class inherit right align. Then add the icon CSS property and assign the built-in class icons menu. With the help of this class, you can display the menu icon in the button. Then I add a span tag with class regular right align and content essential studio for Blazor. Next, I'm going to add a search box. For that, add the content division tag to act as a wrapper element and add the inline style, width is 300 pixels. Then add the class name, right align. I add a span tag with class name as input group control wrapper inherit. Add the input tag with type text and class search input input. These built-in classes are used to align the search input element. To show the hint, I add the placeholder property and assign the text search. Then I add a span tag to display the search icon and add the class name icons-search. Adding these classes will display the search icon in the input element. I also assign the built-in class input group icon to align the search icon inside the input element. In the style element, I set the right margin to 15 pixels to align all the controls on the app bar. Add the break tag for alignment. Let me show you the output. Menu button, span tag, and search input element are added to the app bar. From the design, you can see the other controls added to the right side of the app bar. To add a space between the app bar content, add an app bar spacer tag. Then you will be able to see a vertical line on the app bar, which is nothing but a separator. I add the app bar separator tag to show the vertical line. Next, I add a span tag and include the anchor tag with content demos. Then, add the href property and assign the Syncfusion demo link. In the same way, I add anchor tag for forum with the Syncfusion forum link and another one for upgrade. Then in the style element, I add a few styles to align the anchor tag. Again, I add another button with the content, free trial. I add the CSS class inherit right align. When this button is clicked, it should navigate to the Syncfusion trial page. So, I inject the navigation manager to perform the URI navigation. I add the onClick event and assign the callback method onButtonClick. I define this method inside the @code block. Using the navigation manager, call the navigate to method to load a new web page to the current browser. Then, assign the free trial URL link. See here, the app bar renders with the provided design. You will see the menu button and search box on the left side, and demos, forum, upgrade, and free trial button on the right. Space and separator added between the content. When I click the demos, it navigates to the Syncfusion demo page. I navigate back to the home page and click the free trial button. The Syncfusion trial page will open. Next, I will show you the built-in colors that can be applied to the app bar. They are light, dark, primary, and inherit. The default color mode is light. To change it to dark mode, include the color mode property and set its value to dark. Look here, the app bar renders with a dark color mode. Next, I will show you the different sizes of app bar. Just now, I showed you a regular app bar, which is the default size. Other types are prominent and dense. To render a prominent app bar, I add the mode property, and set its value to prominent. And set the CSS class to prominent appbar. In the style section, I define the prominent CSS class. I add background image, background size, color, background repeat, and height. Check now, the size of the appbar is prominent. Next, I will show you how to position the appbar. You can position it at the top or bottom. The default position is top. Before moving on, comment out the mode and CSS class properties to render a regular appbar. To position an appbar at the bottom of the content, include the position property and set its value to bottom. Now the appbar is at the bottom of the page. In this video, I have shown you how to create a Blazor Web Assembly application, add the Syncfusion AppBar component, and configure a few of its basic features. You can download this working example from the GitHub link in the description below. I've also shared a link where you can see about obtaining a free license key to use our Blazor products if you're eligible for our community license. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.